Frederyk, we're on. We got your crew, man. Extra eyes, extra ears. There to help supplement what you know about how you go about playing from the stuff that you feel. You'll have their perceptions, that's outside stuff, your proprioception, that's inside stuff, and we'll put them together. So is there anything in particular that you would like us to focus on today?
Yeah, so there's like sections of this transcription it's easy for me to lose ground, so.
Ah, okay, okay. So when it becomes more demanding, sort of see what you're up to?
Yeah,
Okay.
like where am I grounded? Or
Yeah,
where
yeah,
am I, like,
okay. So where you get knocked for a loop, all right. So we'll look for that, and we'll do our usual stuff, comparing top half to bottom half, left to right, front to back, and what you notice about Frederyk's breathing. So you go ahead, and we'll come back with it. Thank you. I'm trying to do this without unplugging the piano, and I couldn't do it. Oh well. That's easily remembered. So, for Frederyk, top half, bottom half, what you got?
Top.
Top.
Whoa, very several assertive statements about top. Say more, please.
His head was very engaged.
Okay, yeah. Anybody else?
So was his arms as well, very like flowy.
Where did it look like to you? What did he feel to you like he felt like his arm was? Does his arm start here? Does it, where does it start? When you say his arms, what do you mean, Tyler?
I guess shoulder, right?
Yeah, okay, so they're pointing. I'm just doing this for the camera, so you see this. Okay. Anybody else? You got 3 votes for top so far.
Yeah, top.
Top. Okay. How about you? Top half? Yeah. Okay. What makes you say that?
Yeah, because I'm more grounded. Like I always try to be more grounded. Like
Yeah. Okay. So you ground through the top coming down. Okay. All right. And so that raises like this really interesting question, right? This is a psychological question. As far as your relationship to the piano, do you feel like in your mind that you're above the piano, below the piano, or at the same height?
About.
Above, yeah. And yet, there's a lot of you down there, right? Right. So we have a match of Frederyk's mindset and the way he physically sort of implements that mindset. You know, so, and it's a sort of chicken and egg type of thing. But if you feel like you're above the instrument, you'll definitely work harder in your top half than your bottom half. You can count on that. Now, is that what you want? Because it might
Yeah,
be.
yeah.
It might be, yeah. So you're okay with sort of playing from above?
Yeah.
Okay, okay, all right. But you would like a way to be grounded as well? Is
Yeah,
that-
because sometimes I just lose it.
Yeah, right, yeah. And then when that happens, there's always like, yeah, okay. Left versus right.
Left.
Left more, yeah.
Okay, well, left, which is gonna be
Yep.
over there, yeah, okay. Say more, because Danny, you were,
Maybe because the piece, because
Mhm.
he has the bass pattern, so that's why he just always has.
so it's because of musical demands, you see
Yeah,
that,
probably,
okay,
I
all right.
think.
Tyler, you were saying that?
I just saw his head like veer left more.
Okay, and he did look up and to the left
Mhm.
several times. It was,
Yeah.
I don't know if you realize that you do that, it was an interesting thing,
no.
that you look up, yeah, and it was never up and to the right, it was always up and to the left, yeah. Anybody else on left versus right?
Are you left-handed or right-handed?
Right.
Okay. Like, your right hand is very, like you know exactly what you're doing. It seems like more controlled than your left. Like, your left tended to, like, move. And, like, I had, like, that same thing going on. Like, my right hand would always be on spot, and then, like, my left hand would be weird, like, when I was playing. So, it might be that with you.
Okay. And how about you? Left side, right side, equal? Or you can say beats me too. You always get to say beats me.
I don't know. But what I can say is that, like in the past,
Mm.
I had real strong tendency to do this.
Yeah, I
And like,
believe you. Yeah. And what did you do about that?
I don't know, like being more conscious of that and not doing it.
So that's a very, very difficult task, to not do something. It's almost like you're at war with yourself.
I mean, at some point, I knew that like there is actually more tension.
Oh, yeah.
Just going on
Yeah,
there,
yeah,
so I
yeah.
just like try to release the tension more than like thinking not to do it.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say something like that, yeah, that's great, you know, then you can observe it and say, this is what I prefer, you know, which goes way better, because it's tied to the actual sensations, you know, way better than trying not to do that, and you'll drive yourself nuts. Front versus back. I take that to mean front.
Yeah, right.
It's because, were you watching World Cup? That's sort of like what the Iceland people did. Right, yeah, exactly. Yeah, same about front. Yeah.
Like, I don't know, just part of his playing style, like he just.
Okay, because he's coming up and over,
right,
up and
yeah.
over, and that's the over part of it. Okay. Anybody else on front back?
I agree.
You agree? Okay. You're all-
I'm unsure.
Not sure, okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right. How about you? Front half, back half?
Front. But that's also like because I was like looking for the sound, and like the sound is like in here.
It's in the, yeah, right, yeah.
And that was like a little bit weird for me, so I was like more like listening to the sound which is here. So
Right.
it's like
Interesting.
Yeah, see, that's like guitar players where the sound, you know, comes out from over there, but the instrument's here. I don't know how you all do it. You know, it's like, thank goodness for the saxophone, right? Hitching right there, it's there.
It's there,
That's
right.
where it comes out, it's
Right.
there. Or singers, it's there, drummers, it's there. But yeah, when you have these instruments, when things are at a remove, it's weird, here. Yeah, and I would go front, I would go front as well. Breathing.
I don't feel like there was much. I felt like it was you kind of holding it. I don't know.
Okay.
That could be me.
Well, no, all of this is, you see what you see, you know, yeah. So you saw somewhat restricted, is that?
Yeah, like holding it.
Okay. But it was holding it and then, did you catch that kind
No,
of
I
thing?
didn't.
No, didn't, right, so what did you catch?
So it
about
was
the
more like-
holding? Yeah, sort of sips.
Yeah.
Sips, okay, okay. Anybody else on breathing?
I agree with that.
Agree with that
Sips.
one, okay. Okay. How about you?
Yeah, I agree with this.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
because
put it in
I
your
was-
own words, yeah, put it in your own words.
Yeah, like the sensation was that, yeah, I could feel that like I wasn't breathing like.
Right, so look at how this goes together. You have Frederyk, you know, the audience feels, and you, I think you agree, that his arms start here. And the only way you can do that is to restrict yourself in here. Well, when you restrict yourself in there, guess what? It's tough to breathe. You know, so they sort of feed off of each other that way. There's a couple of things I want to try with you. One we've done before, one we haven't. Tyler, you'll have to play with the camera because we're gonna go over there. So Fred, go over just a left of the thing. We're gonna go like this, like this, right? So you keep leaning away from me. Leaning away and eventually drop down a little bit, but lean away even more, lean away, there you go. Stay leaning away, come on back up, right? Great, let's do that again, we'll go a little bit farther, but there's a limit to what I can do, and one time I split my pants doing this, and that's not gonna happen again. So leaning away, so this is a very dynamic position, right? One last time. Yeah, now it feels like you have a sense of the center of yourself, right? So in addition to that, we're gonna do one that we've done in here already, that elbow roll thing. So I'll put your hands on my shoulder blades for a second, a little lower. No, yeah, right. And see how they move when I reach forward, or if I'm going this way on the keyboard or that. It's my shoulder blades that are letting me get there, right? So an exercise that gets to that is this reverse swimming stroke thing, the elbow roll, where your elbow goes forward, up, out and down, right? But your shoulder blades let all of this happen. And your arm starts from your center. Yeah, oh, beautiful. Ooh. Now, after that little bit, do your arms feel different from each other?
Yeah.
Yeah, how so?
Yeah, like. I think this needs it too.
No, we will get it, we'll get it. I think you're right. I agree. So, forward, up, out, and down. Your shoulder blades are letting you get there, and your arms are starting from the center. And your breath is moving all the time that this happens. Yeah, there you are, Fred. There you are. Great. Ooh, does that even them out?
Yeah.
Okay. So now, try to play. Let's see what happens. The first one we did was for grounding. Then the second one was for mobility. What did you see? What did you hear?
I heard a difference in sound. It was like more fluid.
Mhm.
Yeah, the dynamic is way better than the first one.
Yeah, much.
And this is an electric instrument.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. What else?
Like,
Was he more fluid?
yeah,
Yes.
the whole body is.
Mhm.
See how it goes together?
Mm.
Right? How you are is how the sound is. And don't worry, I mean, yeah, there's mistakes in those, you know, that happens, but, you know, we're going more for the sound to be not only expression of who you are, but who you want to be, you know, and that, you know, I heard the same thing, so I'm glad you thought that. How about you, Frederyk? Was that a different experience?
Yeah,
for you?
I was like more focused on breathing.
Mhm.
Yeah, definitely like to more thinking about dynamics and
Yeah.
stuff like this.
Yeah, breath, I mean, it's good stuff, you know, and it sort of gives you an expanded sense of time. The feeling I got is that you were more centered.
More centered, right?
Yeah, and that because you were more centered, you could just move around the instrument. If you remind me 2 weeks from now, a friend of mine named Andrews has this lovely thing about the way you move. Grounding, centering, suspension, poise, and then flying. So you can fly into playing your instrument. We can spend some time with all of that. But yeah, if you know where your center is, Frederyk, you know, those just pour out. That's nice stuff. Give this man a hand. That's good. Thank you.